Speaking of coming over, every Wednesday on Kicks 105.5, Good Policies with Mike Barrett. He comes over from his office, spends a little time, never brings me donuts or coffee. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I don't go to my office first, though. I come directly here. It's not like I go to the office and work and go, I'll go visit Sean for a little while. No, you're my escape before I go to the office.
Your priorities are correct, and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you or anybody in your family ever served, but happy Veterans Day to you.
Yes, actually, I want to start off with that. By the way, our office is closed today in observance of Veterans Day. So please keep that in mind. We're back open tomorrow. But lots and lots of folks who were active military in my family. Of course, I want to recognize my grandfather, Roland Barrett, who served in the Army. My father, Richard Barrett, who was in the Navy. My best friend, Kevin Fontecha, who was in the Air Force. And unbelievable and too many to mention cousins who have served in some form of active military in terms of Marines and Army. So certainly a great day to remember why we have the day off and take that time. The parade, at 10 o'clock today in St. Johnsbury. So certainly a good thing to be a part of and show your support for our veterans.
Thank you all who served for our freedoms. And, of course, they have a 9 a.m. on the bridge there. They're doing a speech, and then they're going to end up doing a ceremony in the parking lot down there. So there's quite a few things going on this morning. Give yourself extra time. There will be delays throughout downtown St. Johnsbury, and it's probably a good thing that you take that time to honor your family and, thank them on my behalf, too.
Sure.
And all who served. Now, when we talk about veterans, is there a discount for veterans on some policies that you carry, whether it be auto or home or anything of that sort?
Unfortunately, there's not. The only one that comes to mind is that Progressive does offer some level of discount for education and how far you've gone in your education. So going to high school, going to some college, completing college, attending college, getting a master's degree. And we can certainly account for serving as part of that. But beyond that, there's really with our companies, there's no offering for the veterans, which I wish there was, but that's just the way it is.
What do you have on the slate for discussion this morning for Good Policies, Mike?
Well, I don't know. Actually, I was kind of hoping you'd have
Thanks for stopping down,
have a
nice day.
No.
Happy Veterans Day.
Now, I wanted to get into, a lot of times I'll talk about things that have come across our desks, and this is something that I've talked about before, but it certainly is worth repeating. Most things that I talk about are worth repeating, because who remembers what I've talked about in the first place?
Who are you? Why are you here?
Exactly. So, I want to talk about things that that you should be getting in the mail. We quite consistently, when people are getting canceled or in the process of getting canceled, we'll get a phone call saying, well, I never got that document stating as such in the mail. And truth be told, you did. And there's only so much blame we can put on the U.S. Postal Service for not getting items to you. It is legal. It is a law in the state. They have a legal requirement to get notices of cancellations out to you with advance, with enough notice for you to have an action or a call to action on it. So if it's going to be a non-payment, you certainly would get hey, we haven't received your payment. If we don't get it right off, you will be canceled notice and things of that nature. So that's certainly worth discussing too. And honestly too, you'll also want to make sure, I've also had some people go, well, I thought I had coverage through you. I know we've talked in the past. Can you do this for me? Well, we don't have your policy. So, always make sure you put forth that extra effort to make sure that you're kind of doing your due diligence and kind of dotting your I's and crossing your T's and making sure that the ins and the outs of the policies that you need are first and foremost in place, but covering the needs. There is some level of responsibility on your part as well.
Speaking of the Postal Service and updates on how we do things nowadays, I'd imagine that with cell phones and email and things of such, with all the different types of ways that we can receive information and send information, that a lot of companies are probably trying to go more paperless. Do you have a trend you see where as the older people who still require it, that's kind of changing?
It is. And it's a really, it's a huge seismic shift that's taken place. And there are some companies out there, you get to think that companies, years ago might have had 3 or 4 people in their information services department. Now they've probably got hundreds. It's turned into such a beast with making sure that they have that level of customer service that folks were expecting. So our companies, most of them, only a handful do not yet, but they are all, those who do not will have online servicing, have online bill pay. They allow you to choose a paperless option for your policy, where anything that the state of Vermont or New Hampshire does not legally require to be mailed can be emailed. So it does certainly save a few forests along the way.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Well, Mike, our time is up, and good policies with Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance Agency in St. Johnsbury. He's closed today to honor Veterans Day, but if people would like to get a hold of you, talk about policies, the way they can do so.
Absolutely. We're open back up tomorrow morning. Our normal office hours are 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday, right on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. You can visit our website, which is online all the time. The Barrett, see, that rhymed. TheBarrettAgency.com. He's smirking, not commenting. And you can also check out our Facebook page, Barrett Insurance Agency, and our YouTube channel. And, of course, our phone number is 748-5224.
Always good to see you, Mike.
Have a great week.
See you next Wednesday.
All righty.